And imagine if everyone was hitting the same milestones each and every day at the same time. It's your favorite Dr. Honey, Dr. Faith Abraham, and welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm just going to be honest, this is a bit of a rant, just a smidget of a rant. And I really just want to talk to my people who feel like you are a late bloomer. So let's kind of define it, right? A late bloomer is someone who may not have followed this preconceived notion of what our life should be. Married in our 20s, having kids in our 20s, going to school, finish school before we even got married, having this career, and then, we retire at 65, then we start to travel, like all these things. I just want to tell you that construct is, and I hate to use this word, but I'm going to use it anyway. It's just like the Matrix. It's just this preconceived notion, this constructed thing to keep us going in this flow, like literally the Stepford Wives. If I can remember this movie I watched on my Delta flight the other day, it was so good. And it was like, she was living this life and every day was the same. Every day was the same. Every day was the same. And, her husband, was just moving through the ranks, but she always felt like something was off. And, she was a wife, but, they had all their bills paid and everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. And then she saw her friend. And her friend literally committed suicide. And she was like, why would she do that? What was that? And they're like, no, don't worry about it. It was her. She's the problem. Only to find out that her entire existence was the problem. And she did everything she possibly could to break out of that matrix. I cannot remember the movie for the life. Like, I'm seeing all the scenes in my head as I'm describing it to you. But I'm going to find it, and when I find it, I'll put it on the screen so you can check it out. It's a really, really good movie. I'm not going to tell you what happened. I'm not going to tell you if she made it out or if she did make it out. But nevertheless, that movie was just like very robotic, very picture perfect, very Stepford Wives-esque. And it just showed this way of doing things that's not real. It's not real. And, I honestly identified with the late bloomer type, description of myself because, hey, when I was growing up, I was super skinny, okay? Flat in the front, flat in the back. Girl, you need to put some meat on them bones. They don't want no sticks. They want some meat. Put some meat on your bones. As if I made the decision to be skinny. Like, I made my body and I decided I was going to be super skinny thin. Okay. So I was skinny to my community. So I said, okay, let me use my skinniness to go and be a model. But then when I went to be a model, I had too much hips. Tell me where they are. Cause I sure ain't seeing it. I could not see it. Okay. I was like, okay. So that was a wash. I was a late bloomer. I didn't get boobs until after I had kids. Okay. I was a late bloomer because my business didn't come to pass until after I tried to chase my corporate America dreams and earn 6 figures and be like my girls on Girlfriends and Sex in the City. I was walking around with this big belly, getting shot up with steroids just so I could maintain my pregnancies while I was still working. What happened to this quintessential, please mind my air quotes, definition of my life? It didn't exist. And if we're really honest with ourselves, that just does not exist. It's not a real thing. And imagine if everyone was hitting the same milestones each and every day at the same time. It's not even possible. It's not even possible. But yet, we define ourselves, we ascribe this value and this ranking to ourselves based off of what society says and how society thinks our lives should go, which is completely hilarious. I'm talking about ludicrous. Because who is society that changes at every whim? Whereas God, who created us, gave us the gifts, the skills, the talents, the abilities, our personality, like all these great things, who created us, says, I actually have a plan for you, and I actually desire that you achieve these certain things later in life. For you, earlier in life. For you, in the middle of your life. For you, right? Like, who is society versus God? What if God said, I have a certain way I kind of want your life to flow. If you flow with me, you're going to see it. If you don't, that's okay. I love you enough so we can move, we can swing, we can sway. That's how much he loves us, right? But by the time your life is over, you will have experienced everything that I have in store, planned out, written, preordained for you from before the very foundations of the world, because I have a plan of good and not of evil to bring you to a perfect end for your life. And we're sitting here defining ourselves and labeling ourselves and ascribing ourselves to society and society standards and society's matrix and web that has done many of people wrong. I believe that even though we say, okay, I haven't achieved this, I haven't achieved that, what we really are saying is that I have a desire for this certain thing to happen, and I'm going to walk by faith and not by sight. I'm going to do what I need to do for it to happen. But if it doesn't happen for me until later on in life, cool. God just makes sure that I have plenty of years to enjoy it. Like, that's a different calibration, right? That's a different way of thinking about it. Like, what if we said, okay, so for me personally, I got married when I was 23. So I've been married for 19 years to the husband of my youth. Did we succeed and see all the things that we wanted to see? No, we wanted to be rich 20-year-olds that love God and out here balling, okay? But that was not what happened for us. So are we late bloomers? Maybe not. Maybe there is just something that God wanted for us before we got to that place of material wealth. Maybe there were some things that he wanted us to learn and to understand and to work out marriage-wise and family-wise and ministry-wise. So I'm saying, and I just kind of want to encourage you in the midst of this rant as I get to this place, that maybe you're not a late bloomer. Maybe your life is going the way it's supposed to go. Yes, you may have delays, and I do have a video on that, on the spirit of delay and how that spirit can hold back and push back the things that are supposed to be in your life, so that you can be frustrated, so that you can give up, so you can lose hope, so that you're not operating by faith. Like, that's a real thing. Nevertheless, God will not fail us. And even if that spirit wants to delay, deny, and hinder you, God's plan will come to pass. It will see itself. It will accomplish what he set forth for it to accomplish. As long as you believe that, then it's going to happen. No matter how hard that spirit fights, it's going to show up. And I just refuse to believe that I'm late to anything. My timing is not her timing. It's not his timing. It's not their timing. My timing is my timing. My timing is what God has for me. My timing gets me where I'm supposed to be right on time. Okay, I may not be the one that's early sitting there, painting my nails because I'm so early and all of this stuff, but I always make it to where I'm supposed to go. And so even if your entrepreneurial journey doesn't take off until you're in your 40s and your 50s, just trust and believe that God is going to extend your life and extend your years so that you can enjoy that takeoff that you've been believing for. If it's ministry, ministry is going to work out. If it's your career, it's going to work out. Are you not married yet? You don't have kids yet? What if I told you that you are going to have kids, but you're just going to be one of those anomalies? You're going to be one of those outliers. You're going to be one of those unicorns that God wants to use your story to keep hope alive, to keep faith in the bosom of other people. What if I told you that we're not late bloomers, that we're actually the seed to somebody else's miracle and even our own? Refuse to walk around and just feel like I'm late or what's meant for me isn't going to be for me. I'm just a unicorn. And my unicornness helps to facilitate and trigger faith in the hearts of people. Listen, if you like this type of talk, law of faith, we do talk about manifestation, but not manifestation sans God. It's manifestation with God, because the earth is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. That's Romans chapter 8, verse 15. Read about it. And then we also talk about just entrepreneurial stuff and things like that. If you like this kind of talk, make sure you smash that thumbs up button and let YouTube know that this video needs to be seen by other people. Other people need to know what's up and have this type of conversation. Okay, do that for me. And then if you just know you need it for yourself, hey, have no fear. That subscribe button is here. Hit the subscribe button, because we talk about stuff like this all the time on the channel, and I would love for you to be a part of the family. So I did start off with a rant, but I came full circle. Being a late bloomer isn't even being a late bloomer. It's really just about walking our path, not being a Stepford wife, not being a robot or a zombie, but fulfilling the call and the purpose that we were meant for when we were born, and doing that however it looks, because somebody else is gonna look at it and say, yo, if he could do that for you, what could he do for me? And to me, I think that's a great testimony and way to live our life, and other people to see us and to think about us. What about you? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you and how you feel, and what things have made you feel like a late bloomer. I told you and shared a couple of things about me, but what things have happened in your life that have made you feel like a late bloomer? I'd love to hear about it and chat about it in the comment section. And until next time, please watch this video that I have preloaded for you. Yes, according to YouTube, honey, this video is perfect for you, and I'm gonna see you in that video.